Diamondbacks. And listen, let's look at this from a Diamondback perspective. It's more interesting because they're the prohibitive underdog. Let's give them credit. I mean, that game could have been 11-0, and it was a 5-0, and they bounced back. They got the 2-run homer from the shortstop off Wheeler. They scored another run in the 7th inning. They had some traffic in those last 3 or 4 innings. Could have scored more runs in the bottom of the 7th. They had a guy on in the 9th. He hit a hard ground ball. Bowman made a nice play on a double play off Kimbrel. So from that standpoint, Arizona at least scared the Phillies a little bit last night after falling behind 5-0, and everybody in Philadelphia thought it was going to be a big happy birthday celebration for Bryce Harper. Now, he's been unbelievable. Home run, of course, gets a hit later on. Schwarber gets him started. We'll get to the Phillies in a second. The Diamondbacks, in order for them to win this series, they're going to have to win 2 games in Philly, because the Diamondbacks are not sweeping the Phillies in the desert, all right? That's not going to happen. Now, I don't think the Phillies are going to walk in, go to Phoenix and lose 3 straight. So if you go with that premise, that means Arizona, I know you can't treat this necessarily like basketball, like a series in the NBA, but Arizona theoretically is probably going to have to win 2 games at Citizens Bank. And that means to make this a competitive series, they're going to have to win tonight. I mean, even if they won tonight, I don't think they're going to win, but they have to win tonight. If they go home down 2-0, the best that they can expect is to go back to Philly down 3-2 for a Game 6, and then they're going to have a house party on Broad Street. I mean, that's a game they have no chance of winning. So from that standpoint, Arizona, to be competitive in this series and to give you some thought that this can be, right down to the wire in the NLCS, which I don't think it's going to be, they have to win tonight. And that means they can't fall behind 2-0. They can't fall behind 4-0. And they got to somehow put a little doubt in the Phillies' minds that they are not necessarily got to walk through into a championship. I think Atlanta put a little doubt in Phillies' minds after Game 2, but they went home. They had that whole controversy, which seemed to fire them up with Arcia. And the Phillies came out and, they scored 10 runs of Elder in Game 3, and they never really looked back. So, I mean, you're going to have to put a little dent in the Phillies' confidence in that ballpark. Sort of like what Houston did last year with the no-hitter in Game 4. They won Game 5, and then that was the end of that for the Phils. You're going to have to scare them a little bit in their park. And Arizona played a pretty competitive game last night after down 5-0. Give them credit for that. Gallen didn't have it, gave up the 2 home runs. Give them credit. They did a good job fighting back. Pesky, scrappy little team. But that's nice. But to be really a scenario where you can see them winning, they got to win 2 games in this park. Not 1, 2. Because they're not winning 3 in a row at home. Theoretically, it's so hard to win 3 straight games against a good team in your ballpark, and that's not an intimidating place to play, and they don't have great starting pitching. So from that standpoint, the Phils will win a game there, which means Arizona's got to win there tonight in Philadelphia, and I just don't see it. I mean, right now the Phillies are hitting 1 million home runs. Castellanos is hitting 1 million home runs. He and Reggie are tied at the hip right now. We know about Harper. We know about all the offense. They're playing very good defense. They're getting excellent starting pitching. Suarez and Wheeler. Nola's been pretty good. Tonight he goes. Their bullpen has been lights out except for that 7th and 8th inning, or the 8th inning in Game 2 in Atlanta. They murdered the Marlins. This is a very hard spot for the Diamondbacks. And for me to believe in them, at 11 o'clock tonight, they're going to be 1-1. And they can be competitive, and they can fight and scratch and click at a win. The idea is to win the game, not to, hey, look at us, we hung in there. They got to win the game. And I don't see it. I think the Phillies in that ballpark are too tough. Texas and Houston, different story. Houston won there last year. Texas has got a lot of momentum, and I love the manager. And, the Texas has got a lot of power, different. And don't forget, if they play Texas, they have home field Texas, because Philly lost to them 2 out of 3. So it's a little different scenario as far as the format goes. Arizona's got to win 2 games there. Better be tonight, number 1.